Hi, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we're the MacKays.
I think we actually have one more ghost story, and that one just happened recently when our good friends Kristen and Jordan were here in town, and we were again dressed up in Victorian, well, us girls were dressed in Victorian dresses, and the guys were vampires. And we went to...
But of Victorian clothing.
Right.
Just had teeth, but...
And we went to the Ohio Reformatory, and which is supposedly the most haunted place in Ohio, really.
Well, the Ohio Reformatory was the benchmark. It was the original site that all of the paranormal shows that reality shows that started on TV, it started with the Ohio Reformatory. It was an Ohio prison.
Lots of
thousands and thousands of inmates were there, lived and died there, and the Shawshank Redemption was shot there. Anyway, so yeah.
Anyhow, so we were there, and we just did the self-tour, so we didn't have a tour guide, and we were walking through. Of course, people were amazed by our costumes in that setting and wanted to take pictures with us, or were kind of startled if we came around a corner and they weren't expecting us.
Yeah.
So we always enjoy that. That is so much fun. And then we didn't really have any paranormal experiences while we were there. I mean, the place in and of itself is kind of creepy. When we went through the first half, I thought it was completely fine, and I was just enjoying the beautiful architecture. When we got to where the inmates were actually kept, that was creepy.
Yeah, it's a very oppressive feeling location for sure.
It is.
It feels very dark and very heavy.
And I mean, you step out onto this platform and you're super high in the air, and it's just, that's terrifying in and of itself. And then you just see stacks and stacks of where prisoners were, and
yeah,
the whole thing is just so creepy.
Six or eight stories high of cells, long strips on top of each other, and a spiral staircase down. So you come out onto it very high up above the ground floor, with thousands of, hundreds of cells.
And I felt startled being in that room, but not necessarily, I don't think it was like ghostly fear. But, so anyway, we went through the whole thing and didn't really experience any of these ghostly things. But when we got home, we looked through our photos, and our photos were taken by our good friend Jordan, and he has a really, professional high-end camera, and
shooting digitally.
He was holding still for the photos, and we were still for the photos, and these photos that everyone was still in have movement.
Yeah. There was one room in particular where every picture that was taken in that room has movement to either our bodies where we were still, or there's other swoosh marks through the film. There's movement through the picture, and this isn't the back in the days of Polaroid or film that you develop and there's things that happen on it. This is digital photography, so there's no room for manipulation of the photo at that point. So we were extremely surprised because it was an interesting room to begin with. In the middle of
it was pretty much in the middle of the entire reformatory.
Right, and it's a room with absolutely no windows in it. It's a rectangular room with one door, no windows, and kind of walls that bank up into the ceiling. They're curved walls into the ceiling.
And the ceiling was like waved.
And the ceiling had some interesting waviness to it too.
It was very weird.
But in any case, it was a strange room at the time. There was a chair in it, and we put the chair in the middle, and we sat to take some pictures. So we weren't moving, but there was, as we said, when the JPEG thumbnails where the pictures were looked at, there was movement in every picture.
So there's
So it was really, really an interesting, creepy experience.
There's another haunting story we have to tell.
Yeah.